Vodafone cares about you and your health. Through our 255 call center, we have empowered Ghanaians from across the country with our unique phone-in medical consultancy. We also bring you Health Fest, where a trained medical team travel the nation giving free medical treatment. But it all started here on your TV screen with the award-winning television program, Healthline. This week on Healthline, we meet the team from KidsPal who are dedicated to health education in schools. We then catch up with Stella from last season.
Many factors affect your health, most of which you can control. Join us this week as we find answers to your most troubling health concerns. My name is Bright, and I'm here with Lorraine.
Hi everyone.
Papani.
Hello everyone.
And Ruth.
Hello.
We bring the cameras to you on HealthCam.
Hi, my name is Bridget. I recently suffered a throat infection and I was given some antibiotics, but I want to know what to do not to get another kind of throat infection.
Basically, throat infections are either caused by bacteria or viruses. The bacteria is usually Streptococcus pneumonia or strep bacteria. These viruses and bacteria are easily contagious. In other words, are passed from person to person quite easily, usually by contact in terms of shaking hands, or either they're just in the air. In other words, when people sneeze or cough, you have these droplets in the air and you can pick them up. But indeed, there are things you can do to probably reduce the chances of picking up an infection. The first thing you can do, which is probably the most important thing, is to wash your hands regularly. And this is something that should be practiced in schools, at the workplace, wherever you have a lot of people gathered together. Now, there's something that's actually populated the market, which is hand sanitizers. Now, these contain about 60 to 70% of alcohol, and they're known to kill quite a number of the bacteria, but not all of them. Another thing is to take a lot of fruits and vegetables, especially those ones that contain vitamin C, because vitamin C is also known to increase or boost the integrity of your mucous lining. That's the linings in your airways, and this helps to prevent getting infections easily, such as the viruses and the bacteria. And the last thing, which is also very important, is drinking a lot of water. Hydration is very good for the body and helps to prevent all sorts of infections that you could pick up easily.
Now, Bridget, you may have noticed that your throat infection was triggered by something that you were exposed to. A lot of the infections that we have around may be caused by some environmental factors. So you notice that you react to maybe dust or pollen, some strong perfumes and scents, that as soon as you walk into a room that has maybe been mopped with a certain strongly scented disinfectant, the next day you are coughing, your throat is itching, etc. So you can avoid these things if you notice that they have that effect on you. And like Bright said, a lot of these infections are seasonal. So you'd notice at a certain time around, everybody has a sore throat. Everybody's coughing. When the season comes, that is the time to do what Bright said. Eat right, drink lots of fluid, and make sure that your immune system is strong, so that you notice that like a tornado, you'll hit every house and skip yours because your immunity is in tip-top shape.
If your infection is of a bacterial origin and they give you antibiotics, probably you take the first 2 days and you feel better. The temptation to just let go of the medication is so high, and a lot of people do that. But that is remedy for recurrence. When you do that, what you do is you kind of give the bacteria a blow and you knock them out. Immediately you take it out, they begin to regroup and become stronger. The next time I give you the same antibiotic, it might not work again. So if you really want to stomp it out and not get it back, make sure you finish your medications. And while you're taking it, you want to be also taking some vitamin C and fruits and vegetables that would help you build your immunity.
Having identified poor sanitation as one of the key challenges within the community, Samuel and his team formed KidsPal to tackle the problem.
KidsPal is an organization promoting good health and hygiene in schools.
We focus on children's health, education, and environment. We do this through advocacy. One way we think we can help in this advocacy is through contests. So from time to time, we organize debates on issues confronting children with the view of knowing their side of the story so that together we can find solutions to their challenges.
Madam Chairperson, in addition to my point, every first Saturday of every month is Sanitation Day.
The government have not been able to enforce any law.
Debate is one platform that develops a child holistically. It helps them in the way they communicate. It helps them in their research as students.
Be used on the sanitation in the country.
It also helps them with sportsmanship because they are able to argue on issues of concern among themselves without resorting to violence. And it's one way that also communicates change among themselves to their peers. We want to run a campaign on cholera. Many years, lives are lost to cholera. So we try to raise awareness on how to prevent cholera by distributing Veronica buckets and promoting washing hands with soap and clean water. We want to raise about 500 buckets so that we can distribute these buckets to about 500 schools. And each school we visit, we'll talk about how to prevent cholera and also give the buckets out to them by way of promoting cleaning hands with clean water and soap.
We have long adjectives that do not follow the rule.
KidsPal provides buckets at various schools. One such school is the Ashaiman No. 2 JHS.
We've been seeing a lot of changes because with these Veronica buckets around, soap provided, immediately they get to it, they wash their hands before they rush into the classroom. In fact, everything is neat concerning them.
Our strategy is that as we are conscientizing our younger people, they become advocates of change. So when they move back to their communities, their homes, their churches, since they have been trained or they have been oriented, we believe that they can share these concepts with their families, their friends in the various communities. We shall as well visit the churches, the mosque, and other communities to campaign against this practice. What makes me happy is to see that a solution has been found, to see that a child who was living in, say, a poor community has risen up to be somebody who is also contributing to the development of his environment and his area. My vision is to see a very clean community that we will all be happy to live in.
Be empowered today for your child's health and safety. This week, we focus on delayed speaking and language development.
Now, as your child grows, there are certain things that you look out for to make sure that your child's development is up to scratch. Now, one important thing we look out for is language and speech. So there are a few things that you need to know and look out for as a parent to basically make sure that your child's development is as it should with regards to their speaking. Now, there are certain sounds that your baby should be able to make. We call them cooing sounds. It doesn't make sense. Only they know what they're talking about, but they can be there, ooh, ah, coo, ka. You know, these are nonsensical, so to speak, for lack of a better word, syllables that they're kind of just smashing together. But by the age of 9 months, your child should be able to at least link 2 syllables. So they should be able to say dada, mama, you know, just pine pine. Those are the things that they'll be able to say. At least by the age of 12 months, your child should be able to actually mention an object like mama, sio. So she is saying insio, that is water, and she understands what she's asking for. At least they should be able to identify some inanimate objects and be able to mention them like dog, cat, They may link it with sounds like meow or whoa, but they understand what they are talking about. Gradually, it goes on until their language becomes very well developed.
There are some things that allow everybody to be able to speak. For instance, before Papani speaks to me, he has to hear what I'm telling him. So the first thing we look out for in children who are not speaking is there a problem with the hearing? More often than not, it could be a hearing problem. I must say, however, that there are children who probably just have slow development of speech, and it just runs in the family. And more so in male children. They don't talk as fast as female children, and you can see why. You know. What is also worrying is that there are other conditions that are just associated with slow development of speech. If you as a mother, you were pregnant, and somewhere in the pregnancy, you had a problem, you got sick, you had some rashes, or in the delivery process, it was overly delayed, the child came out, he was flabby, he was not crying. All these things can actually affect the parts of the brain that is meant for speech development. So the things that can cause speech development are so varied, and it needs to be thoroughly investigated to find out which particular one is responsible for a child's inability to speak.
Nevertheless, as a parent, there's some things you can do to help your child. One, spend time to speak to your child. The truth is they hear a lot of things we say. That's why they learn how to speak. So spend time reading to your child. Also allow your child to interact or play with other children, because as they're playing and talking, they're actually teaching your child how to articulate words. Now, there are actually specialized clinics or specialized doctors who can attend to these problems. They actually look into children's inability to speak, or they look into delayed speech in children, and they could actually help your child build up to that point that is commensurate with the child's age. Tell us your myth, and we'll give you the facts.
Now, this SMS is from Pa Solo. He's from Kolebu, and this is what he says. Is it true that when you lie directly under the fan, you can get pneumonia?
Directly, no. Okay, fans don't cause pneumonia. But this is where fans and air conditions can contribute to you getting an infection. You know, when you have a room, try and make sure that it's well ventilated, so you have lots of air coming in and going out like that. Obviously, there are people who walk into your room, they talk, they cough and things. If somebody comes into your room and he's there, he's coughing, he may spread some of these germs around. If you don't have a well-ventilated room, these germs are in the room. You turn on your fan and it just keeps circulating the germs. So now you're more likely to get this infection. Occasionally also, some of these fans and air conditions are not clean, so they may trap certain germs. You're all exposed to all of these germs, which you will inhale. So it's not directly the fact that the fan is on you. But you see, there's another catch as well. You see, because these things are pushing cold air, you shiver occasionally. Now, putting a fan directly on your chest, your bare chest as well, is likely to create those spasms as well in the muscles in your chest. Now, that can cause an irritation occasionally, which may lead to some kind of coughing, which a lot of people tend to attribute to pneumonia. So imagine getting the spasms and then having the dirt exposed to yourself. You're going to get, yes, an infection, and you think it was directly because of the fan or the air condition.
The following segment contains material of an adult nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Let's help you get comfortable with your sex life. Era is calling from Obuase. Hello, Era.
Doctors, please help me. I'm quite worried. Since our wedding, my husband and I don't seem to have sex anymore. Is it normal for our sex drives to reduce after the wedding?
You know, when it comes to libido or sex drive, there are lots of things that can affect it. And your sex drive is, like most women, very temperamental. It could be that you ran into some debt during your wedding. Maybe you didn't budget too well, and now you're in debt, and you're always bickering now because you're trying to pay off some of the debts, you've been swallowed by the debt. That could really have an impact on your sex drive, because seriously, you're looking at him and you're thinking, because of you, we owe so much. Of course you won't want to have sex with him. It could also be, like most men, he changed after the wedding. He doesn't open the door for you anymore. It's true.
No,
yeah, I said it. He doesn't open the door for you anymore. He's not as sweet anymore. And you know, when you tell men this, they say that, have you seen any politician still campaigning after he's won? So, you know, you may feel that he doesn't love me anymore because he doesn't do what made me fall in love with him in the first place. And this could also really affect your sex drive.
It's actually something that has been observed, that a lot of people experience the lows after getting married.
Yeah.
And it's actually basically due to the fact that they have high expectations of the sexual act during marriage. So yes, indeed, when they do get married during the honeymoon, it's all exciting, it's all fun. But then after a while, you just ask yourselves, is that all there is to the sex? And for a moment, it dips down, the sexual drive, the libido has actually dropped. You know, they sort of like avoid themselves. But then gradually, as you go deeper into the marriage, you begin to understand yourselves better. And it's actually known to improve over the course of the marriage.
Once you get married to somebody, you're going to become very familiar with the person.
Too familiar.
Okay, so in truth, like, you can't have kinky and fish every day. Man cannot live by bread alone, you know what I mean? You have to learn to spice it up. You have to learn to vary your techniques and things. You can't always do the same thing all the time. Try and do adventurous things as well before coming back to the things you're familiar with. Okay, but don't go doing things you don't know how to do simply because we say spice it up. You could end up injuring yourself in the process.
Era, that's lots of advice for you. The show continues. We'll see you after the break.
With no hope of ever getting the treatment she needed, Stella had just about given up on finding help. Let's watch her story again from last season.
Stella moved to Bronkong on the outskirts of Kumasi. She came from the village as there was the opportunity to train as a hairdresser and better prospects for employment. She lives with her sister in a rented apartment.
Vasho friend Stella you. Meti Bronkong inside. Ntidako mekọ adwuma mu na ma ya ase ye meya. My master Cassian family hospital. The enemy called Sampana Hospital. Timiko and your mamma medulo, no some bell me panny. So me want me panny at once, so Anna, a yemeya, no meeting. No, catch me say, don't need the air, yanty a beco. Inti a beco sana me bear fee, still nana me nana yemeya. No me toguso.
Stella was working for charity when the accident happened.
Stella, none like to go na so kakra. Nti owo me honda na nwumre didi wie na. So sanest o sane ya na motetoy. Nye bibi e wakra.
Me standing steps no. Mommy nine mentimi entia wakesi na metetoy. Name buye ti doctor me helps her say me doctor say me na me don't pene woman na bubu intimi enante me da wasa.
Stella's sister Amelia now has to take care of her sister.
This yakoba say omo na bra me say me na me ni sister me hwe no intimi nya hwe. Me jare ni wadem authority wadem ye bibia timi ana me hye no esanse on timi nya hwe ni ntinu mane hwere uso ni mukra na uso tinde bia me so ni kakaka ne nan me jare ni kra ise me pagya ne nan no kakra tu akonwa so ansana wo ye ne kase a osi eye ne ye.
Patrona me say me ya winti ya mintimi sorry nko baby auntie. Me sister Miriam no na ye bibia o mama aduane di pepa me ho si me nuoma.
Efie adwuma de so efie adwuma bia me na me si me nuoma me no aduane me dware no even toilet kra me na me fa koto bibia me na me. Sana hoto na me ni beji ono so na ni beji abusua ni nyina ye nya ye ni beji. You say, you're free to be every man, and your marco tibia papem. Yenny need a source, obetimia boy busiano. Am I any baby cacra, any bajipa?
Vachosisi and doctor say, meant me and Yari, sir. Mintimi nko baby ya mabrabo nyina say medam pamusa mintimi nye she pacho me nso ma nko school na me sua adwuma ntimi pese mo me ho to me na me sa akoto ma adwuma ne so.
The following scenes contain images that could disturb sensitive viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Vodafone came to Stella's aid and got her the surgery that would allow her to walk again.
What we're going to do is to remove the head and the neck, replace it with a total hip replacement, and then take the head and neck for histopathology, for them to really tell us what the lesion is, so that if something else needs to be done, then it shall be done.
Vodafone would like to thank the staff at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital in Kumasi for all they have done for Stella and her family.
The operation went well. We got to the head and neck where the tumor was sitting, so we actually took the tumor off and replaced the hip with the implant. In 2 days' time, she will start learning to walk again. In the next 3 days, when the drain is off, she will start walking.
A year later, Stella joins us in the Healthline studio.
Please put your hands together in a warm welcome as Stella joins us in the studio. Stella, who Miss Ghana yepa akwaba eti saying ejamma yenka hwan ye fe na bibia te saying seni asem no to wo no eden na ufili se wabrabo be na sisi eden na wabrabo aya ama weniji
abasa ntimi nyeshe hese nyame adom timi ye adwuma
oye adwuma ben
pasha hedesa
enti na oti ho te yero sa no
nyame adom timi ye adwuma mitim first na mitimi nyehwe se nyame timi ye bibia
na webusuan so sen na omehu nsesa ben na omehu a eno sama omani agi
so omani agi se mitimi ye adwuma mitimi nante like papa we kan come to me share
papa no so dey fe pa nte yes so to me share enti Miss Ghana no men control din ana so betumi aye enti asembe na owo ka kire Vodafone for e won sesan ya o mama aba wa brabo mu
oh so make kan say nyago pon hira wo mu nso o mon kwam o ma ho den ni nim die e boso da o ma se nyago pon hira mo na o ma se fu nyina Nyamisha will be biara or boa me bia, Nyamisha go da for nurse for doctors for Mushem, Nyamisha will be bia, Nyago pointing Damasi.
It is such a joy to share in moments like this. Congratulations to Stella on her remarkable recovery, and to all of you out there. Remember that each patient carries his own doctor inside him, and that includes you. Goodbye.
If you have been moved by the stories or issues you've seen on Healthline, you can donate 1 Ghana cedi by texting GIVE to 133. If you want to donate more than 1 Ghana cedi, please dial *133# and follow the prompts. Next week on Healthline, the street doctor shows us what to do if someone is choking. And in the field, we meet Xavier, whose football career was put on hold.
Vodafone. Power to you.